That's good and all, but I like to see where inspiration takes me.
And that is what I call a dog.
Oh, yeah. The podcast was a dog. It's not.
It's not a dog. Welcome, everyone, to the Mickey Shorts and More podcast. My name is Steve.
My name is Keaton. And we...
Go for it, buddy. Did I interrupt your train of thought?
Yeah. Yeah, I was just trying to say that at the same time.
Goodness, you must have been hanging out with me because my voice is back to normal, where I was a little deep last week, but now your voice is a little bit sickly.
Yeah. It must have went on to me.
Yeah, I think you caught my germs, but that's okay. Yeah. It'll go away soon enough. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully everyone's having a great week. Hopefully everyone has not minded our barrage of social media trying to get some help on this week's episode.
Sure, media.
Because we wanted to hear from you.
Oh.
And apparently talking in unison is a thing tonight. We are having fun here at the Mickey Shorts and More podcast. So we really wanted to be able to hear from you, our listeners, as to what your favorite Mickey Shorts cartoons were, especially as we get ready for the big premiere of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway that's coming up next week. Can't wait to see that ride.
I can't wait to see the videos.
I know. We're going to be stuck here watching everyone experience it from Florida, but that is okay because we can't be going to Disneyland and Disney World all the time. Well, I wish we could, but that's okay. We can still report and give you all of the latest rundown as far as what's going on with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, as well as the Mickey Shorts, and there are news for both tonight. So, Keaton.
Yes.
What do you say we do some news?
Friends, loved ones, I've gathered you all here to tell you something important.
So the big thing that a lot of people are talking about this week is the fact that construction walls are down on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. The building is done. The ride is done. They are letting cast members on. That thing is a go. Now, here's the trick, as we have discovered. I assumed because cast members would be riding the ride, they would also be taking pictures. They would be sharing their reactions. And that's partially true. But they are also signing a hefty number of non-disclosure agreements, I'm sure, as cast members.
I thought you were going to say 5 for 1, 10 for 2.
Nope. But they're not saying much online. A few people have said stuff. But by and large, with the number of cast members that I'm sure have ridden it over the last weekend, it's still pretty quiet out there. So I got to give them props for not wanting to spill the beans for everybody. Now, we do have some comments. But keep in mind that when people are going through, they are required to put their phones and their cameras in dark plastic bags so that they can't be taking pictures. We don't want to spoil it for anybody. And like I said, they're probably not allowed to say too much. So a few things have said, a few people have said some things. I did go on Twitter and I looked up reactions there. And everyone's being very generic, but everyone is also being very positive. So for instance, at Little Freddy 26, and again, I'm just pulling this stuff off Twitter. He or she said, quote, "I officially did it. Better than the Great Movie Ride." Well, there we go. A lot of us love the Great Movie Ride, so that's encouraging. At WC Smoker said, "First impression, a lot better than I had anticipated. There's a lot going on in this attraction. As a dark ride, it does very well and keeps the story engaging. As far as the Q or show, I was quite surprised of how it introduces you to the story." So these are both things we talked about last week. There's going to be a lot going on in this ride. If it's anything like your traditional Mickey Mouse short, it's constantly switching. And I mean, all of us who have watched the Mickey shorts religiously like we do, there's a lot happening in these episodes, and they can do a lot in 3.5 minutes of story time. And I'm sure it's going to be the same thing for this ride. So that's no surprise there. Here is a comment from Susie Easton, at Susie Easton. She says, I rode Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway this morning, and it was amazing. I'm so excited for everyone to experience it. So like I said, everyone seems to be saying good things about it. I have yet to read a negative review or negative Twitter comment about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So yeah, the news seemed to be really positive. Everyone seems to be loving it so far, and we hope to continue to hear news of that as cast member previews continue through this weekend, getting ready for the big opening next week. Now, Keaton, we heard reports to the contrary of this, but now I'm hearing otherwise. Guess what else is going to be opening the same day as Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway?
What?
The Mickey Shorts Theater. They have a theater dedicated at Hollywood Studios to just showing Mickey Mouse shorts. Do you want to hear more about it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is from Robert Niles from the Theme Park Insider. And I'm going to quote him to make sure I get this right. He says, the theater will show Vacation Fun, a short that celebrates Mickey and Minnie's favorite vacation memories, plus a few new adventures. Even though Disney's promoting this as a new park-exclusive Mickey Mouse short, it will include clips from several previously released Mickey Mouse cartoons, including Pandemonium, Couple Sweaters, Potatoland, Croissant de Triomphe, Entombed, Dumb Luck, Al Rojo Vivo, Yodelburg, and Outback at Ya, some of which will be referenced in the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway ride. So several of those episodes are ones that we talked about as far as things you need to watch from last week's episode. And there's another list of things to watch. But all of these are going to be featured in the Mickey Shorts Theater. He goes on to say, the attraction won't just be a new version of the old Main Street Cinema. However, as it also will feature pop-up style photo ops inspired by several Mickey shorts, including Yodelburg, Potatoland, Entombed, and Pandemonium. So for people that visited the parks last year, they may have had a chance to do a Mickey's pop-up event where they could go in and take pictures with all sorts of different Mickey Mouse settings. Perfect for social media. Looks like they're going to have a same kind of thing here at the Mickey Shorts Theater in Hollywood Studios, where you can take your pictures for social media in famous Mickey Shorts settings, which make us very, very happy because we love seeing people experience the Mickey Shorts, and I can't wait to see some of these photos if this all turns out to be true. So that is also opening next week, and we are excited to see that. All right, buddy. This is a big week for news. You want some more news?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll get to everyone's favorite Mickey Mouse shorts and yours too. Now, we talked about this earlier, but there is now a new Mickey Shorts poster. Every week they're coming out. Every Thursday. Check the Disney Parks blog, and we can see what's coming up next. And Keaton, do you remember which one I told you about that had come up next for the posters?
Potatoland!
That's right. Let's take a look. Again, look in the show notes. I'll throw the link in there. Oh, there it comes. Web is being slow. So here we go. So we've got Mickey, who's looking all nervous because he just built a theme park out of potatoes that are slowly melting. We've got Donald looking even more nervous, and Goofy, who's celebrating in the fact that he's actually in Potatoland. You can see Potatoland kind of blurred and melting slowly behind them. So it's a good representation of that episode. What do you think, bud?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I don't know how long they're going to continue to release attraction posters. Hopefully we'll get another one this week because the ride is not technically open yet. But the latest, greatest poster is Potatoland, one of our favorites. And so that is also very cool. The final little bit of news coming this week is the fact that we missed a news piece a few weeks ago. Someone on Instagram alerted us to the fact that last month, late in January, the Annie Awards took place. Annie being short for animation. And the Mickey shorts actually won several awards. So congratulations. So first of all, the Mickey Mouse shorts was a winner for the episode For Whom the Bell Tolls. You like this one. The category was Best Director for Alonso Ramirez Ramos. And again, that's for the episode For Whom the Bell Tolls. So congratulations to Alonso Ramirez Ramos for winning Best Director. And then the show, the Mickey Mouse Shorts, also won the award for Best Animated Television Media Production for Children. And that specific episode that they put up for nomination was Carried Away. So that won as well. So congratulations to, again, Alonso Ramirez Ramos for Whom the Booth Tolls for Best Director and Best Animated Show for Children with Carried Away. Also nominated was Carried Away for the Best Editorial category, but it lost to Love, Death, and Robots, that episode, Alternate Histories, which you can watch on Netflix. Whew. So a lot of news to talk about this week, buddy. And you are panting like a dog. Is that because you can't breathe out your nose?
Are you ready for the show?
So, Keaton, in our main segment this week, we will get back, I promise, to the Mickey Mouse shorts soon enough. But our main segment this week, we really wanted to talk about our favorite Mickey Mouse shorts and listen to yours, the viewers, as well.
Yes!
So, Keaton, we're going to start with you. Tell me, what is your favorite Mickey Mouse short cartoon?
Outa Time.
Out of Time? Of course, you pick a long one. That's a double episode. That's an 8-minute one. But why? Tell us about Outa Time.
Goofy was eating, was drinking soda, but then he drunk all of it, and then he had to go potty, and then he took a time machine, and then he got to dinosaur time.
So Goofy goes back in time into prehistoric times, and what happens?
Everything looked like Goofy.
Right. So now this is an episode, and we will talk about this eventually when we get to Out of Time. This is one of the most, from an adult perspective, this is one of the most disturbing Mickey Mouse episodes out there. If you really look at what they're saying is happening and what we know of reproductive processes. That's all I'm going to say. But, there's a lot of messed up stuff in Out of Time when you really think about what would have caused all of this to happen. And we'll just leave it there till next year. But Keaton, why is it that you like Out of Time so much?
Because it's so funny, because Donald's butt falls off all the time.
Well, yes. Now, Donald Duck has a run-in with a super laser that cuts off his butt, which is an ongoing gag. Anytime Donald gets scared, off comes his butt.
Yeah.
And you like watching Donald Duck lose his butt constantly?
Yeah.
This provides great fits of laughter in our household.
And also his butt got lost had dinosaur time.
He left his butt in dinosaur time. Good thing feathers grow back.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that is your award for your favorite Mickey Mouse cartoon, huh?
Yeah.
So Keaton's pick for his favorite Mickey Mouse short is Out of Time. So definitely look that one up. This is not our official coverage of any of these episodes. We will cover them one by one as we get to them. But just kind of covering it briefly, Out of Time is Keaton's. Now, on to mine. It's hard for me to pick an episode just because I love so many of them. But one of them that always stands out for me is an episode called House Painters. Now, in House Painters, the basic plot is simple. Mickey Mouse is doing a kind deed for Minnie Mouse. He wants to surprise her, so he's going to paint her house. She just bought a new house, and he's going to surprise her with a nice paint job. Now, what I like about this one is it's a very simple concept. It's set up very easily, but the humor gets demented and messed up and confusing right away. Just in the fact that Mickey Mouse is painting Minnie's house with polka dot paint. How does that work? But they think they're painting Minnie's house, and they're painting it with polka dot paint, which, like I said, that's wonder how that one works. But good thing it's a cartoon. But then we've got Goofy, who wants to go his own painting direction. And he does his own interpretation, which really frustrates Mickey Mouse. And then when he gets yelled at for doing that, he starts taking everything literally, which causes more problems. Meanwhile, Mickey is getting in arguments with Donald Duck over the paint sprayer, and hilarity and insanity ensues. And what we get is this classic collection of Mickey Mouse reactions when his face pretty much comes off in every conceivable way as he just freaks out, wigs out in anger at his friends for not doing things right.
And also he squishes his head.
He does squish his head. It's really messed up. We've gone back. We've freeze framed on all of the different looks that Mickey Mouse gives as he's freaking out. And when you look at how the animation is drawn, it is really, really fun to watch. So that's us. Those are some of our favorites. What do you say we hear from some of our viewers to see what their favorite episodes are?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's play some voicemail. We have been barraging social media all week, asking for everyone to leave us voicemails. Some of you did. We're going to listen to some of those.
Hello, my name is Ronan, a.k.a. the man at charge of the Railway Conductor Instagram account. My favorite Mickey Mouse short, I would say, would have to be between The Adorable Couple and Nature's Wonderland. Both truly just feel Disney to me. Nature's Wonderland I love because of all the amazing park references between the Rainbow Caverns and Big Thunder Mountain. And Adorable Couple I love just because of how cute Mickey and Minnie are as a couple and how they're trying to just help Donald and Daisy a little bit out with their troubles. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a good day and enjoy the show, everybody.
All right. So there you go, buddy. What do you think about their thoughts?
Good.
The typical reaction to every question. But yeah, okay, so bring up some great points. So he brought up two different Mickey Mouse shorts that we also love. The Adorable Couple, which we have covered on the show already. That one features a great, Mickey and Minnie are just the most adorable couple. But they get in one heck of a fight to try to interfere with Donald Duck and Daisy Duck's relationship, which is entertaining to watch. So, yeah, I definitely agree. Mickey and Minnie are very cute, and we love that episode. And then another one of our favorites. You can't tell we love this show because every episode's like our favorite. But I completely agree. I don't know how many times I've watched Nature's Wonderland. If you are a theme park history person, just like some of the others that we've watched so far, if you're a theme park person, watch Nature's Wonderland. There are so many nods to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Walt Disney himself, what used to be underneath Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which is the Rainbow Caverns and the railroad trip there. There's nods to Disney. There's so much into there that's fun to watch as a Disney history parks nerd. They really throw out all the stops in that episode to keep us entertained with all sorts of Thunder Mountain goodness. So if you love Thunder Mountain, you love the Disney parks, definitely go watch Nature's Wonderland, and we will cover that at some point in time when we get to it in the future.
Hey guys, my kids and I watch these religiously over and over and over, and we love every single one. We get so excited when a new one's posted, but by far and away, we always come back to Yodelburg. Hilarious. They bomb the snowman. The way he's drawn, we adore it. And it also kind of let us in that you hide a lot of little hidden gems in there, kind of like the Matterhorn, the cart in the Matterhorn. We adore that one. That one just always comes back to that one. Best one by far.
All right, bud, what do you think?
Good.
Good. I knew you were going to say that.
I always do.
I know. You always start things with good because you think everything is good, which is a nice quality to have. But yes. This was one of the third episodes that we recorded, or way back when as we were starting the show. But Yodelburg is hugely entertaining.
like we covered that one at the beach.
We did. We talked about that sitting on the deck of the beach house overlooking the Pacific coast, which was a fun way, memorable way for us to cover that show. But when you look at that particular episode, the fact that Mickey can't make any noise, so much of the acting and so much of the messaging has to come from him just being quiet. There's a whole avalanche coming down the hill and he has to look scared by miming scared things. It's funny to watch. You've got the real life effect of the snow coming down. You've got a cameo from the Yeti from the Matterhorn. You've got crashed bobsleds just like Out of the Ride. There's a lot in that episode. So if you haven't seen Yodelburg, go and check it out on YouTube. There is just a lot there. And for each of these shows, I'm going to put a link in the show notes so that you can go and watch everyone's favorite episodes. So there'll be a number of things for you to watch in the show notes from this week's episode. So yeah, great choice. Great pick for favorite episode. Let's keep going, shall we?
Yes.
Hello, this is Kyler Pope again. I heard last week's show, and I wanted to tell you my favorite Mickey short. My favorite Mickey short has to be Down the Hatch because it's so clever and funny. Anyway, hope to hear more of the show. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Thank you. I don't know if it's Tyler Pope or Kyler Pope. Google Translate or Google Voice, who does the voicemail line here, it tells us different things every time he calls. But yeah, you should have seen Keaton's face when he said that Down the Hatch was one of his favorite episodes. Because Keaton, what do you think of that comment?
Really good. I love Down the Hatch too.
Yep, that's one of your most requested episodes. Why is it that you love Down the Hatch?
Because we get to see all parts of Donald's body.
Right. We get to go into his lungs. We get to go into his funny bone. We get to go into his very small-sized brain, which isn't surprising. We get to go into his stomach, all sorts of different things that you can see inside a duck, amazingly enough. And there's a whole hidden references to Adventures to Inner Space. Again, we've covered that episode already, so go back and listen to that episode. But a lot of good stuff in Down the Hatch, as well as just being a purely great, entertaining episode. So good pick, Kyler. Or Tyler. I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name. If you call back next time, spell it for us so we can be referring to you correctly. And, buddy, I think we got one more to go through.
Hello, I am calling to submit my favorite video or episode that you guys have done. I think my favorite episode is episode 6 of Stayin Cool, and I love that episode because I love watching Mickey and Donald and Goofy run up and down trying to find a way of cold air. I live in Oklahoma, and it gets really hot here too, so the thought of hanging out in a ice cream truck all day long sounds pretty great. So that's my favorite episode. And I love the favorite scene is when Goofy puts the popsicles in his shoe because that would feel really great on a hot day. Anyways, have a great episode. Thanks.
All right. So what do you think, buddy?
Good. You have to say done.
Because I kind of knew it was coming. But what are your thoughts? I mean, we've covered this one as well. Stayin Cool. What are your thoughts on this particular episode of the Mickey Mouse Shorts? It's super hot outside. Everyone is trying to stay cool, as the title associates with. You've got Goofy shoving popsicles into his feet between his toes and his shoes, which is really disgusting. Reminds me of The Office when Kevin is sticking his feet in the hotel ice machine, which is really gross. Just because of that, we will not use hotel ice machines like that anymore. We just can't get that image out of our head. And now we've got Goofy shoving popsicles in between his toes. Ugh. At least he's not wrapping them back up and putting them back in the box. That would be beyond disgusting. But Stayin Cool is a good episode. So I would also agree with that choice. So there we go. We've got a whole bunch of your favorite episodes. You've heard from ours. You've heard from viewers. But here's the thing you got to do now, especially in preparation for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, opening next week in Hollywood Studios. The Mickey Shorts Theater opening next week in Hollywood Studios. And 2 or 3 years down the road in Disneyland, if everything goes according to plan, we should have that out here as well. So go watch Mickey Shorts. Go experience the hilarity. Some people don't like the animation style. I personally love it. So definitely go watch the Mickey Shorts. They are worth your time. And then, of course, after you watch Mickey Mouse Short, come look us up at the Mickey Shorts and More podcast.
Keaton's Joke of the Week.
All right, Keat, after hearing everyone's favorite episodes, what kind of a joke do you have for us this week? I can't hear what you have come up with.
What did the left eye say to the right eye?
What did the left eye say to the right eye? Keep focusing my direction? I don't know. What did the left eye... I noticed that you bring this up on the episode where we bring up Down the Hatch. You know, touring inside the body and Donald flipping his eyes inside out. But anyway, what did... Keaton, sorry to interrupt your joke with my commentary. What did the left eye say to the right eye?
Between us and then smells.
Between us, something smells? What would that be, Mr. Smarty Pants?
Your nose.
Here you go. Between us, something smells. Nice, nice, nice. And that is what we call...
Keaton's Joke of the Week.
All right, so that does it for this week's episode. Thanks, everyone, for listening to us yet again. With all of the fun we have. Remember, you can go back and listen to all of our past episodes by visiting www.mickeyshortsandmore.com. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, on Google Play, on Stitcher, or whatever podcast software you use. Just type in Mickey Shorts and More Podcast, and we should, hopefully, pop up. Also, remember to connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. You can do a search for Mickey Shorts and More Podcast, and we should pop up on all those networks. We probably do our most posting on Instagram, but feel free to follow us through whatever social medium you would like. You can email the show, whether that's your own questions or comments. You can still continue to send us your comments about these episodes at mickeyshortsandmore@gmail.com. Once again, mickeyshortsandmore@gmail.com. Or you can continue to call the voicemail line. Now that we've pushed that so hard through social media, 541-321-0472. We say the number so many times, you're not going to know my phone number, but you will know Mickey Short's voicemail number if there's ever any problems. Next week, one of two things is going to happen on the show, and we don't know how this is all going to shake down to know what to predict. If ride videos have come out for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, where we can see exactly what's happening in the ride, we will do our ride review so that you can hear all of our comments on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, because pretty much the day after our show comes out is the day it'll be opening. So we want to make sure that we are ready and gearing up for that. If the reviews have not come in, if there's no videos to show because they really are limiting cameras all the way until it opens on the 4th, then we won't have the right to review, and we will move on to Mickey Monkey, which is our next scheduled Mickey Mouse podcast to do, and we will do our review of Runaway Railway the following week. So as soon as we have something to review, we will check it out and give you our thoughts on this amazing new attraction.
Did you say fall? Like when the building falls and then crashes?
Well, I don't know. We haven't ridden it yet, so we have no idea what's going to happen. So tune in. Make sure to subscribe to us. Make sure to leave us a review on iTunes so that other people can discover us as well. Send us your comments, hopefully positive, but if you don't like something, make sure to let us know that as well. But thank you for listening. Thank you for contributing to this week, especially all those who send in their voicemails. We really appreciate everybody listening. And with that, have a fantastic, magical week. Bye.
Bye! Dun, 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 dun. Da.